Yeah, who wants to
I did. Neither of us did it last time. We just kind of went with it. That could be our gimmick.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Or maybe our gimmick is that we never actually really start, like that we've already started the podcast.
I mean, if the episode has already started right here, that would be funny. I feel like that would get really annoying as a gimmick, like pretty quickly.
Hey everyone, welcome to Rank Masters. My name is Trace, and I am here with
Seth. ODISeth. Hello, I'm here with. No, say it.
Depression.
You're right. You know, I meant your name again. Oh God. Oh no.
Welcome back. This is episode 2 of Rank Masters.
Already off to a phenomenal start.
This is where. Let me explain the podcast.
No,
Seth.
You're not allowed to explain anything.
So this is where we take a random list from the internet. And we go through it, and we decide if it's a good list or not. I don't know. I think that's what we do.
Is that what we're doing? I think what we're doing is just agreeing or disagreeing with everything on the list. Which I guess ultimately, if we agree with everything on the list, that makes it a good list. If we disagree with everything on the list, that makes it a bad list. So I guess that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, thanks. I said it in such a nice, succinct way, and then you ruined it.
I make things complicated. That's my role on the podcast. Okay. Let me live my role. let me live my life, Mom.
This time, we're gonna do a topic that's near and dear to my heart.
What's near and dear to your heart?
We are counting down top 10 mythological creatures.
Ooh. Why did I act surprised? Like I knew that was the topic. I knew that's what we were getting into. Going into. But I don't know what's on the list because I haven't seen the list yet. Trace has seen the list this time.
I've seen the list. Yeah. I am counting us down this time.
It's the opposite of last time.
Go back and watch our first episode. It was pretty great.
Yeah, I agree.
But so it is top 10. I do want to start us off with an honorable mention just because.
Oh, we're just getting straight into it off the bat?
We have to. I mean, you can talk about your day a little bit. How are you doing?
No, I don't want to talk about my day. I've had a day. Okay. I recorded a podcast episode with someone earlier. That was weird.
No, this is a completely different day.
This is true. Which is why I'm wearing a hat and a different shirt, and you're not.
I have multiple dark blue shirts.
This is true, actually. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, illusion broken now.
Illusion broken.
Immediately dissolved.
I mean, it's been an okay day for me. It's getting later in the day. It's kind of relaxing time.
Yeah.
Got work tomorrow, which I'm not excited for. But
work's never fun, but what are you going to do?
No. What are you going to do with it?
Work.
But I do want to start us off right away because I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about, like lots of substance.
And mythical beasts are just like conceptually such a cool concept. Like we touched a little bit on mythology in the previous episode when we were talking about paranormal stuff. And then I also did like a YouTube video on my channel fairly recently about like mythological influences in video games. And I just think there's so much cool mythology stuff. And I'm very curious to see what's on this list.
So I do want to say, I want to like define a couple of things. Like if you're reading a law, they have definitions in there. So let's define some things.
Why?
First of all,
this podcast is not law.
Welcome to the Law Podcast of Mythological Creatures. We are defining mythological creatures as creatures that appear in mythology specifically. So
please don't tell me human is on the list.
No.
I hope not.
So you're not going to see ghosts on this list. You're not going to see like a certain ghost that pops up somewhere. Like we're not going to be talking about the St. Mary's ghost.
We're not going to be talking about Brian from accounting who died in the hotel last year.
We're not going to be talking about Brian from accounting who died in the hotel last year. It's mythological creatures. So if it's something that's like in Greek mythology or possibly like Old English lore that's being counted as a mythology here, that's what we're talking about with mythological creatures.
Gotcha.
So we're not going full paranormal here, but it borders, and it's still pretty fun.
Fair enough.
The next thing I want to define is that this comes from the Top Tens, which is a website, which is a community ranking website.
Oh, so we're going to steal a lot of their lists.
Yeah. So this could change by the time that this episode comes out, and y'all go and look at the list yourself if you want to.
That's true.
Next,
we could bias the masses. We could tell them to go vote for a certain mythical beast if we want to. Ooh, and I just realized we have power. We have
you
power
have come
here
to the crux of my honorable mention.
Oh.
Falling right outside of the top 10 on this list is the Minotaur.
Okay, that didn't make top 10?
No, he sits at number 11.
Oh, that's tragic.
And I specifically told Seth, I was like, we're going to just do top 10, but I want to start it.
You want to talk about the Minotaur.
11.
Is it because we in the previous episode we talked about how Minotaurs are sexy?
It's because he's hot and sexy. And he deserves to be in the top 10.
I agree.
I'm
surprised he's not top 10, actually. I'm curious what the actual top 10 is then.
So, one of the funnest things that comes from this website is they also have comments from the people who have ranked them.
Oh, please read them. Please read them.
And the Minotaur only has 3, and they're all short, so I'm just gonna say all 3 of them. One of them just says amazing. I agree, 100%. Agreed. You are right.
Is there one that says something about them being sexy?
No.
No?
But
we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that after this episode.
The next one is someone promoting their book.
What?
And it says Moaner. M-O-N-A-R. I am going
M-O-N-A-R. Okay.
Willfully say that name is Moaner.
Yeah, I don't.
The friendly Minotaur is the comment, and then in parentheses it says, "Get my book Fantasy Quest, and you'll see who Monar is."
I hope it's I hope it's actually supposed to be pronounced Moner, and I hope
it is Moner.
I hope it's smut. I really hope it's smut.
I hope that Moner is just a big old bottom, and that is what I want from this world.
He's a noisy bottom Minotaur. There needs to be more
one is just,
bottom Minotaurs.
The last comment.
Go for it.
The Minotaur is great is the last comment.
I agree.
But there does need to be
more
bottom Minotaurs. That would be great.
There needs to be more bottom Minotaurs.
My call to action to start this podcast is go vote for the Minotaur.
Go vote for the Minotaur. Yeah, we'll if you're on YouTube, we probably have this this list linked in the description. If you're on any other platform, I don't know how that works.
There's descriptions on some of them. I know Spotify has descriptions.
Yeah, I know, but I know that like some services don't let you like link to things in descriptions, which is strange. If it allows us to link, the link will be there. That's gonna be true this entire like podcast. Is we're gonna link every list unless like we didn't have a list to link or we just don't like the company that's from.
We made the list ourselves.
We do have a few ideas. We have a few ideas already. There's one on the list that like we're gonna make this list ourselves.
The magical list of lists.
We have a list of lists. I don't know what to tell you.
Meta episode where we rank our list of lists.
That honestly, anniversary episode. If we wind up doing a whole year of this, that's gonna be the anniversary episode. I'm calling it now.
But, how much do you know about the Minotaur myth? I don't want to spend too much time here, but I want to.
I used to know more than I do now. Isn't he the offspring of Zeus and someone else? I mean, that's most Greek mythological creatures. Let's be honest.
You're right.
The offspring of Zeus, who pretended to be an animal, and then some human that he fucked while being an animal. God, Why is there a lot of bestiality in mythology? No, I'm just realizing that. There's a lot of it.
They were wildin'.
They were wildin'. I don't like that. Anywho.
But he is the offspring of Zeus and the queen of, I believe, Crete?
That would make sense, yeah. And then they put him in a labyrinth. And they put him in a labyrinth. And then was it not Icarus? Icarus's dad.
No, it was Odysseus.
Odysseus wound up defeating the Minotaur, but I think
yes.
Didn't Icarus's dad make the labyrinth? I don't remember what his name is. Like I thought that he made the labyrinth and then he got put in the tower with his son, and that was like there's so many like overlap of all the myths, but
yeah. Anyway, it's a fun myth. I mean, I think it's really funny that Zeus specifically made this woman fall in love with a bull. And I can't remember what the crux of all of it was. There was a reason that he decided to do this. I can't remember what it was, but it was just Zeus being petty again.
Zeus is always petty. Like that's his entire character in pretty much every myth. It's just that he's a petty asshole.
He created the hottest creature alive. So all good things, all good things come from somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Okay. Do you want to get into the official list?
Let's get into the official list. I was going to try and continue on with Minotaur and say like certain representations, but no, let's get into the list.
certain representations of the Minotaur, all of them sexy, hot as fuck.
True. Specifically the Minotaur in Hades, though. Like the game Hades, I like how he's portrayed in that game.
I don't even think I've seen that one. Send it to me.
I know what we're going to do after this episode.
Okay, so we're sticking with the Greeks here. Number 10. Pegasus.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I missed it. Pegasus. Oh, okay. I thought
Pegasus.
Yeah,
the winged horse. What did you think I said?
I don't know. I thought you just said a Greek name. Which I'm not wrong. You did.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, Pegasuses are fine. It's just a horse with wings. You know, I don't know too much about the myth behind Pegasi. Pegasi. It's a Pegasus that lives in the sea. Boom! New mythological creature. Nailed it. Entering this in a Greek mythology canon. Fuck. That's a seahorse. Anywho, yeah, Pegasus. I think Pegasus is the Pegasus. There we go. We'll just do that.
It's Greek, so I think it's actually Pegasus's.
That's fair. That would make sense. It's pretty cool.
But there is only one. There's only supposed to be one Pegasus.
In Greek. I believe the Pegasus is in other mythologies as well. And I think in some other mythologies, it's not just a single creature. I know in Greek, it's just a single creature.
Winged horses are pretty cool.
But like
you ever watched My Little Pony?
Fuck you.
I have not watched an episode of My Little Pony in my entire life. But I know a surprising amount of its lore because I watch a YouTuber called Izzy's.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
She goes over a lot of like that lore of MLP, of like the community and all of the controversies that happened within the community.
I'm not surprised there's a lot.
And I watched one recently where people were pissed because the main character became like like a unicorn and a Pegasus together. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, okay.
But there was only supposed to be like two in the entire world. But then the main character became one, and they're like, "This sucks. Like, she's not supposed to be this special. Like, she's just supposed to be someone who is seeking friendship." It was
interesting.
It's hilarious. I cannot look at this horse with wings without thinking of that drama now that I had no part in.
I'm sorry that this list brought back the trauma of having to engage in MLP discourse. Apparently, I haven't seen My Little Pony myself. I want to someday. It's just the time commitment because there's so much of it now. It's like One Piece, which is not a sentence I thought I was going to say.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the comments here.
Okay, what are the comments on the Pegasus?
There's actually 30 comments on the
30?
Pegasus, so we will not be reading all of those.
Okay, what are the interesting ones? Because how did the Minotaur only have 3?
This is the injustice I am talking about here.
Holy shit! How do people? Okay, whatever.
How can people like the Pegasus? I'm sorry, Pegasus not fuckable.
Wait,
the Minotaur.
It's just a horse. Yeah,
fuckable. Okay,
not
the horse. The Minotaur.
Yes, I agree. I'm saying the Pegasus is just a horse with wings.
So, I do want to bring up that the book guy is back.
The book, he's still promoting his book?
It says, a Pegasus is one of the main mythical creatures in the book I'm writing.
Oh, God damn it.
The others are dragons, griffins, and phoenixes.
And Minotaur?
Maybe it's a different book guy. I don't know.
I mean, community lists like this seem like a great place for people to promote their stuff. Especially because, like, if you leave a comment on a thing and then try to have that thing go to the top of the list, that means your comment is, like, one of the first things that people see with that character. So I get it. I understand trying to self-promote.
My interest is piqued. I want to know.
I don't. Please continue. What are the other comments on the site?
Why compare Pegasus of Discover on film, Clash of the Titans, White Flying Horse, Pegasus, of Power, and Clever Pegasus of this film comparison to Pegasus of Power?
Did you have a stroke while saying that sentence?
No, I just wanted to read it verbatim, word for word. That is one of the comments on this website.
That is an amazing sentence. That is art.
Incomprehensible. I do not know what they are saying.
That's the real author. I'm going to find that person's book.
That person probably has so many thoughts in their head. And I just want to hear all of them.
Yeah. We should just invite them. They're our first guest on the podcast. We just invite them in for the podcast one day. It's just like, yeah, talk. And then we just let them talk. God, that would be great. That would be so fun.
The last comment I do want to say on this one is flying plus horse equals awesome.
True.
And you know what? I'll agree with you there. Do I think it needs to be in top 10?
I don't think it's superior to a Minotaur, personally.
I don't think it's superior.
I think
definitely not superior to the Minotaur.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think they're cool. They're definitely, like, the concept of riding a horse. Riding a horse is pretty cool, inherently. I think that is just an objective truth.
Okay,
flying.
Keep going.
Shut the fuck up. Flying is objectively cool as well. Like the idea, like humanity has always wanted to fly.
Yeah.
And flying on a horse, pretty cool. I like that idea. Conceptually, the Pegasus is pretty rad, and I think it's a big part of like that. It's obviously a big part of multiple mythologies. You know, the winged horses are pretty cool. That they wouldn't be in so many myths if it weren't for that fact. But like,
okay, you're right here. Riding a winged horse, really cool. Think it would be awesome. Riding the Minotaur.
Hey. That would also be pretty cool. I do agree. Riding the Minotaur would be pretty cool. But I think it deserves its spot in like iconic mythology. It deserves being in top 10, but I don't think it should be above Minotaur. I think there's something in 9 through 1 that shouldn't be there, and we're gonna re-rank this. We're gonna fix this ourselves. We're gonna re-rank.
And I mean, I'll probably give more like honorable mentions that are farther down the list when we get closer to number 1.
I mean, if we haven't run out of time by then, yeah.
Right now, I'm saying okayly solid list. Minotaur should already be in here.
I agree. Minotaur should be in there. Okay. Next one. Do we have another?
We no, that's where the list ends.
There's two creatures in our top 10 list, and one of them is an honorable mention.
Yes. Number 9, we're sticking with the horses. It's a centaur.
Okay. Yeah,
horseman, I guess I should say.
That's a centaur. I mean, again, horsemen. Are they in multiple mythologies? I know they're in Greek for sure. I don't know where. I mean, they're know of any horsemen in other mythologies. I mean, Greek and Roman, they're kind of hand in hand at that point. But I can't think of them in others. But I do think they are pretty cool. Any creature that has tar in the name, pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like
tar.
That. Yeah,
the tar monster.
Tars are cool. Minotaurs, centaurs, satyrs. No, that's not how it's pronounced, but you know what I mean.
Satyr.
It's
Say
Satan
it right now.
It's Satan, but as a centaur. Satyr.
Horrible. Centaur is mythological creature.
Yeah.
Half people and half horse.
Agree.
Good occurrence centaur to serial Xena, princess warrior. Centaur is slowly. Speed, and he has great power.
This was the same person as last time.
I think it was the same person as last time. I love it. I had to say it. This person has a way with words. They're giving us another title of a movie that they think is a great representation of this mythological beast. The last one, Clash of the Titans. This one, Xena, Princess Warrior.
Which, yeah.
They give a little bit of extra flair. And it's perfect.
I get it. I understand. This person is speaking the language of the gods, and we just are ill-equipped to understand it. We can only get bits and pieces translated in English, clearly. What are your thoughts on centaurs?
The second top comment here is, I feel like, hey, I'm trying to say something here.
I thought that was the sentence. I feel like, hey.
Comment.
Okay, hold on. I have a thought. I'm going to put a pin in that. Say the top comments, and I'll come back to the thought when I come back.
I was like, I feel like, hey, I want to get eaten by a centaur.
Well, okay, you know what? No, I'm pulling the pin out of the topic immediately. Do centaurs eat hay?
Go ahead.
Do centaurs eat hay?
I don't know. Maybe. Like,
they're
I
human
feel like
halves.
Their digestive system has to like agree with it, right?
Their digestive system has to do some weird shit. Because like, how much of their digestive system is similar to human's digestive system, and how much of it is similar to horse? Or do they just have a third completely unique digestive system? And
I like to think...
Can I feed a centaur a cheeseburger? Or do I have to feed it hay?
I like to think that like the upper human half is probably like the only organs they have in there is like the lung and then like a really massive heart.
Yeah, you're gonna need big lungs and big heart for a centaur body.
For centaur.
Yeah.
And then like everything else is in the horse. But does that mean that everything in the horse resembles horse organs? I don't know.
So you're imagining that like the diaphragm is lower to accommodate for lungs and heart being larger, and it is like that in between of human and horse. So everything on the human body is just body.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So it would have to be larger anyway. So it's not inherently a human heart. It's just a large heart, large enough to sustain basically a big horse and big lungs too. So I think if the human or the organs in the human side of things aren't really human organs, I think the animal organs have to not be animal. Like it has to be just different. I don't know how or why. You know,
there's got to be something different there. I choose to believe that all that has giant ass lungs and a heart.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is just human organs really stretched out to fit the horse.
It's just a really big human. Oh my god. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, it makes sense. If you have a human like anatomy in any way, shape, or form, especially if you have a human face, you're probably going to want to blend in with humanity in some way, shape, or form. You're probably going to want to break bread with them. You're going to want to share a meal, and you can't really do that if you can't eat a cheeseburger.
How many stomach compartments does a horse have? I can't remember.
I think
is it just 4? One compartment?
I think horse. You're the one with background in animal knowledge.
Okay,
that's a weird way to phrase that.
But can you look it up for me? Just how many compartments are in a horse's stomach? Because like I know cow anatomy like the back of my hand, sadly, and I know that they are 4-compartment stomach. That is the omasum, albumasum, rumen, and reticulum. Am I sexy to you now, farmers?
Why? No, don't do that. Oh, I hate that.
What can I? Why can't I flirt with farmers on our podcast, Seth?
You can flirt with farmers on our podcast, just not while talking specifically about animal bits. That seems weird. Anyway,
about animal stomachs.
Yes, that is a bit.
Omasum, rumen, reticulum, the abomasum.
Oh my god, why do you? I hate that you know so many words. Fuck. Anywho, horses do only have one chamber in their stomach. They do not have the multi-compartmental stomach like cattle, but they're still capable of eating and digesting grass. The cecum and colon are sections of the large intestine and function similarly to the rumen in the cow, apparently.
So what I'm hearing here is that if we just put a C, did you call it a C colon?
Cecum and colon. There was 2 separate things.
Oh, a cecum.
Cecum. Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just plop a cecum in human organs and plop that in a centaur.
Yeah.
And we can feed it hay. I think we've got our answer.
And also cheeseburgers. We know how centaurs work now. Great. Good job.
Okay. I want to end this section with my favorite comment.
Okay,
I feel like in a way they almost aren't beasts. Hollyfoot. It's quoted. I don't know how it's quoted.
How's it quoted? Are any of the other comments on the site like, is that their profile, or is that like a book that it's from?
It lets me click on it. It seems to be a profile.
Okay. So that's for their profile. Thank you, Hollyfoot, for that insight. I guess I kind of agree. I could see like any beast with human facial features, human thoughts. Why did I do that with my hoodie? My beanie. That was a bad idea. I like to choose it as more introspection. Like, who's the beast? Is it them or is it us? We are all beasts. The beast was inside us all along. I'm moving on to number 8. The Minotaur was inside us all along. I wish. Number 8. Why is this episode 2? Why are we horny? Because we've trapped them with episode 1. We've trapped them. If you made it this far, where they have to hear these thoughts. I'm sorry. All right. Number 8 is the basilisk. Ooh, okay. I'm not as familiar with basilisks as I am with other, specifically Greek ones. That's big snake dude, right? Okay, this is what I specifically wanted to ask you. Is like, when you think of basilisk, what do you think of? I think of lizard, honestly. Like, the name sounds more lizardy. Like, when I...
Well, okay, so basilisk lizards are a thing that exists in real life.
Which is why I think of lizards.
This is why Harry Potter ruined basilisks, okay?
That makes sense.
Basilisks are not large snakes.
What are they?
They are horribly fucked up amalgamations, okay?
I mean, that's what most myths are.
Exactly! Like, they are... It is not a large snake. Yes, they are usually said to be the king of the snakes, but they are not just a big-ass snake.
Okay, so what are they then, normally?
I can't even describe it. Like, if you look at, like, medieval art of basilisks, I think, like, they normally have, like, feet, and they look like really long lizards with weird human faces.
Okay. Until you said that, I was thinking, like, Zygarde from Pokemon, but no, that does not sound like Zygarde at all.
I honestly think of Zygarde a little bit.
Really? Okay.
I feel like that's a better representation of a basilisk than what you got in Harry Potter.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I really hate what Harry Potter did to basilisks. Now, every single time I bring up and I don't even like basilisks that much. I think they're kind of boring.
But everyone thinks a snake now.
Talk about something that doesn't deserve to be on a top 10. Get basilisk off of here. What the hell are you talking about? That thing's not cool.
What mythology are basilisks from? It sounds like a yokai, the way you were describing it. Like, having a human face is very yokai.
I think it's just Old English lore. I think it is just people who are like...
That would make sense as to why J.K. Rowling put it in there. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Fucking British.
Fuck the British, God.
No, not fucking the British. I'm just saying fucking British. Ugh.
No, fuck the British. Like, who the hell
Okay,
do
that's
they
a stance you
think
want to take,
fine. I'm staunchly anti-British, actually.
Well, God damn it. All the British viewers from episode 1, they're like, oh, God, I hate it.
Okay, I don't hate all of you as long as you're, I can't...
If you revoke your Britishness, you might find a place on this channel.
If you can understand that the lifestyle that you're choosing right now isn't the correct one, then I can probably forgive you. But it's going to take a little bit.
Just stop being British. Obviously. It's not hard. All right, you know what? Yeah, I agree. From your description of the basilisk, probably doesn't deserve to be up here. Especially, I'm guessing the only reason it's up there is because of its representation in Harry Potter. Because so many people, like, misunderstand what it is now. Which isn't fun, if you're right in that regard. I'm just trusting you here, so...
There's even more here. Like, there is a comment that says, I'm not sure if this is a J.K. Rowling's own creature.
People really think she made this up?
She did not make up the basilisk. Okay, she may have gotten the big snake thing from her own little wee brain.
I mean, big snakes have been around forever.
Basilisks have... Like I said, literally Old English lore.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you're going to get a lot of them, is in those Old English paintings, and they look goofy as hell, and I love them. But they're not my favorite. I don't think they deserve to be top 10.
I need to see what a basilisk actually looks like.
Are you going to look one up right now?
I'm looking it up right now.
Look it up right now. While you're looking it up, I'm going to read the comment. It can look at you, and you die when it looks back. I don't even think that's true. Maybe that could be in the original lore. Who knows?
Okay, this is showing it as like having the head of a chicken.
It could.
This is so. What I'm looking up, it's just the cockatrice. It's saying that the basilisk and a cockatrice are the same thing. Which
it's saying they're the same thing?
It's saying that they're the same thing. The basilisk, the little king or king of snakes, is best known as a creature whose looks kill. Its primary claim to fame is a gaze that instantly kills anyone who sees it. It's first and foremost a snake born from the blood of Medusa. Huh? It's found in the North African deserts. So it's saying it's a snake, but also a cockatrice, which is not a snake. The cockatrice is very much not a snake.
So I opened up the Wikipedia, which is the best source of everything.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
And it does say it is also considered to be synonymous with the cockatrice.
Huh.
So,
I wonder if this is just like different cultures interpreted the story of the basilisk in different ways, and the English interpretation is the weird like creature you're thinking of, but like the Greek interpretation might have been a snake, or the African interpretation might have been the cockatrice. I don't know, but that's fun. Speaking of, cockatrices are cool. I like cockatrices. My very first D&D campaign, we had a pet cockatrice, and I thought that was cute.
God. Did you think it's time to move on?
I think it's time to move on. I think
I've got my ending comment here from. Oh, it doesn't have their name. It just says, "Damn, they cool." So,
you know what? Fair enough. I agree.
Yeah, you
don't know if they deserve to be in top 10 though.
I don't think it's top 10, but
yeah,
it's cool. Coming in at number 7.
Oh my god,
it's one that is near and dear to all of our hearts. The Hydra.
The Hydra. Ooh, there's a lot of. Okay, I was gonna say I'm kind of surprised by how much Greek is on here, but no, I'm not. Greek is like the main mythology that modern Western people know, and
yeah,
it's kind of sad. But also, Greek has a lot of cool mythological monsters, so I can't blame him. Hydra's hype.
Hydra is hype. I mean, it's old hat. It's a little bit old hat, but
I don't think we're gonna have not old hat stuff on this list. I think most of this list is going to be, because if it's the top 10, it's gonna be like the most popular, especially if it's a community voted one. So like we're gonna get the popular ones mainly.
You're right, I know, but like Hydra, I mean, I introduced this as something we all love because it has appeared in I don't know how many like popular media.
It's in everything. It's in everything.
It's just in everything. Like everyone seems to include a Hydra, and they always include the gimmick that if you cut off its head, then two more grow back.
Yep.
Like, we know this. It's been done. Give us something else. Put a wig on it or something. Like,
yeah, we want a Hydra makeup and beauty channel.
Actually,
I can see it. See it. I do think there's a lot of like really comedic comic strips out there where like there's a webcomic about the life of a Hydra where all the heads have different personalities and stuff, and they try to like vibe and stuff. I've seen the same thing with Cerberus, which I assume is on this list as well. But like it's the idea of having to live with multiple heads and multiple personalities, and just trying to vibe with that. I understand the appeal to it. It's cute.
I mean, that is cute. Like,
it's also terrifying if I hate
personalities. I can think of like one specific comic off the top of my head. I don't even remember what it says. I can just remember the faces. And honestly, it could be King Ghidorah.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Again, a Hydra.
Hydra.
Yeah.
3 heads. Does King Ghidorah have arms?
I don't
for some reason
think so.
For some reason, King Ghidorah in my head doesn't have arms.
I know Godzilla has arms.
That's a little weird.
I think the reason. No, I don't think King Ghidorah has arms, and the only reason I think that is because in trailers of the recent Godzilla movies, I remember the 2 of the heads biting Godzilla's arms.
How does King Ghidorah hug?
That. Why did you say that? Now I'm sad. Well, you can be hugged without hugging someone back.
I know, but like, does it hit the same?
I don't think so. I don't know. Dang it! Why'd you say that?
I don't know.
That hurts now. Ugh.
You know, I take it back. Maybe Hydra does deserve to be up here.
Maybe Hydra does deserve to be up here.
Not even the King Ghidorah thing. I'm thinking back to Bakugan when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a Hydra and Bakugan. There's a Hydra in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too.
Well, who cares about Yu-Gi-Oh? Bakugan. I'm thinking about like how Masquerade, right, had a Hydra, and I'm pretty sure his name was just Hydra. It was like Darkest Hydra, and it was cool as shit, right? Like that was the coolest probably depiction of Hydra in popular media when I was a kid. Who cares about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Fuck Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is that what you said?
Right?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, who cares about that? Like, you have a Darkest Hydra here with Masquerade. Yeah, you're not going to be competing here. Also, can we talk about the twist ending of Bakugan?
I know nothing about Bakugan. I'm going to be honest.
When Masquerade takes off the mask and it turns out to be their friend, I'm pretty sure her name was Lily or something like that.
Spoiler alert for Bakugan, by the way.
Spoiler alert for like the 10-year-old show Bakugan if you haven't watched it yet. It's actually kind of good. I mean, it's not good, but it's kind of good. The monster designs are really fun. Some of my favorite monster designs to come out of the early 2000s and 2010s.
Yeah, there was a big genre for that in the early 2000s. Just a ton of like monster related games and shows based on the games. But yeah, continue. I'm curious.
You had to cash in. No, like so their friend was corrupted by this leaking energy that came out of what was essentially like a dark dimension. I can't remember what it's called. The Doom Dimension, maybe? It may have been called the Doom Dimension.
The Doom Dimension? Oh, God.
And, like, it corrupted her and her grandpa, and then they had these alter egos. And hers was called Masquerade, and she put on the mask, and her hair, like, went Super Saiyan, right? And then she started battling with, like, Darkest Bakugan. But when she took the mask off, she was best friends with, like, the main core group. But she didn't, like,
she
battle
didn't know?
Bakugan.
Oh, okay.
She didn't know. Like, she did not know she was the evil person.
Gotcha. That's an interesting story. I can see
it was actually really interesting, and I was like, they kind of went hard there with it. So I don't know.
That.
Watch Bakugan. Maybe you'll like the Hydra a little bit more. I do want to leave this one with the comment: so many heads.
Objectively true.
You're right.
Yeah,
you are correct. Number 6, coming in at number 6. Do you have a prediction? Kind of want to know.
There's for only 6. What? How am I supposed to predict what specifically is in 6? You know what? I already said it earlier. Cerberus, why not?
No, it's the unicorn.
Okay, I don't think unicorn should be on here. I don't think that counts. If you have
unicorns are so goddamn boring.
Pick Pegasus or unicorn.
Pick a single horse, okay? You cannot have both. And a centaur.
Uh-huh. Well, I feel like Centaur is different enough from Pegasus and Unicorn.
It's another horse.
It's another horse, yeah. It's
who and above Pegasus. Like, maybe I don't even think Pegasus deserves to be on here, but a unicorn? Unicorn?
You know what, actually?
No, don't take this back. Like, okay, I'll hear you out.
I think Pegasus deserves 11. And Unicorn deserves 10. You know? That's what I think. I think Unicorn deserves to be in top 10. I don't think it deserves to be as high as it is on number 6. You know?
I don't know. I don't agree. I don't think it needs to be here. I think it needs to be kicked. I think it's a bad mythological creature. It's boring.
It's okay. I mean, that's fair. I think it has more doesn't it have more magical powers than like Pegasus?
I think so. I think it actually has magical powers.
Inherently, Pegasus can just fly. And that's it.
You know what? Okay. Maybe in that vein.
Yeah. And then I think about unicorns. I'm like, I can't think of a single inherent story, like a solid myth about unicorns. Just the fact that unicorns existing is the myth in and of itself.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know unicorns are often like they're not a single creature like a minotaur is or something like that. It's like a species in many myths that involve them. I know that their horns are valued as an ingredient for certain things in many myths, or that like they're a very powerful weapon or something like that. But I can't think of like what their actual abilities are. I just know that they have magic abilities and they're often hunted. Wait, actually, you know what? I think I talked myself into thinking that they're lamer than they are. If they're a species and their main purpose in mythology is being hunted, that's lame.
It's very lame. I want to refer back to
better
our
defense system, unicorns.
I want to refer back to friend of show Hollyfoot.
Oh no, Hollyfoot's back.
And Hollyfoot has some scathing things to say.
Oh no. What did Hollyfoot say?
They say, I like Pegasus more. Hollyfoot.
Thank you, Hollyfoot. Words of truth right there.
I think you're right. I think we've talked ourselves into just Pegasus is better, unicorns kind of suck.
Pegasus is better. Why is Pegasus further on the list than this? I don't know.
I don't know. Unicorns are bad.
Are there any other fun comments that you're coming across on this site about the unicorn of all things? Are there any that reveal what their magic powers are?
Horse with a horn.
Horse with a horn. Yep.
That is one of the comments. Just
that's one of the horn. Yeah.
And another one says, "Pretty pony."
I mean, true. Yeah. It's just looks good.
I think just to save us from shitting on unicorns more,
let's move on.
I'm going to say the last comment here is it Nyan Cat, but a horse.
What? Huh?
I think they're a little backwards. All right. Nyan Cat was based off of a unicorn, but a Pop-Tart cat.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the
unicorns are associated with rainbows.
Rainbows.
So yeah, I get it. I understand where they're coming from.
But it's the Gen Z take of like Nyan
really
Cat is better than the unicorn.
It really
like,
is.
Nyan Cat is eternal. Unicorn? That's new shit.
Like, if Nyan Cat were on this list, would it be above or below unicorn?
The fact that it's a Pop-Tart.
That's true.
Puts it above.
That's true. Above. You can eat Nyan Cat. Well, you can eat a unicorn too.
Well, you can eat about anything.
Yeah.
If you really tried. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's stuff about like unicorn blood. So.
True. Yeah.
Number 5.
Save us from this topic, please. I don't want to talk about unicorns anymore.
Number 5.
Okay, we're
Number
done.
5. You thought Minotaur was bad.
Oh, what?
Coming
I love Minotaur. You think there's another sexy creature? Oh no.
Is werewolf.
Yeah! Let's go! Werewolf sexy as fuck, baby. Let's
Okay.
I want to see a werewolf top a Minotaur.
No, okay.
That's my stance.
You're going a little too...
No.
Well, right now, the werewolf is topping the Minotaur at number 5.
Objectively. And a unicorn, apparently.
And a unicorn, and the Hydra.
And the Pegasus. And the Basilisks.
And the other one that we forget about.
Anywho, please continue.
Coming in at number 5, werewolf, which is probably my number 1 mythological creature. Not
really?
Because it's sexy, but because I really love all of the like lycanthrope myths that just come out of like all these different places.
There are a lot of them. It's lycanthropes are inherently cool. Like just the dogs are cool. Being a doggy is fun.
Being doggy is fun. And also like just all of the stories that werewolves have spawned.
Yeah.
Like, have you read
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Have you looked into the Omegaverse?
Oh no! Wait, is that the Alpha and Omega like movie franchise?
No, almost.
Almost.
There are alphas and betas and omegas involved.
No, I mean like the name of the movie was Alpha and Omega.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But no, I'm saying that there are alphas and betas and omegas involved in the Omegaverse. But it is not that movie.
Given the name, I figured that was the case. What is the Omegaverse? Elaborate.
So the Omegaverse is this series, like it's a genre of book.
Okay.
Where like there's the Omega dudes that go into heat, and then there's the Alpha dudes who like seek them out and impregnate them.
Oh, I see where this is going.
So it is I don't even think werewolves get involved in this, but you add werewolves and it's inherently better. But like, it's all about dudes banging dudes
and getting them pregnant. Damn it, Trace.
So
why is this a horny episode? We're not even talking about unicorns anymore.
We're talking about creatures.
This is true.
All right.
But there aren't horns involved in this creature. The one creature that we weren't horny for was the unicorn. That's funny to me, actually. Now that I think about it. Okay. I like werewolves, not just due to horny reasons, obviously. I think conceptually it's cool. I like the idea of like having a time-based thing where sometimes you turn into this beast and you just go crazy, you go wild.
You just go ham.
You become doggy for a little bit.
So have you watched the little internet mini things called like Dirty Paws or something? No,
yes, I have.
Is it called Dirty Paws?
It is called Dirty Paws. It's not sex. Despite the name.
it is not sex.
It's safe for work. You can watch it on YouTube. Huh?
Why would you think something called Dirty Paws is sex?
Is that a serious question?
That is a very serious question. Why would you think it's sex?
Because the word dirty is often connotation for horny.
Dirty paws?
Yes.
I think of like the doormat that people leave outside of their house. It says wipe your paws. I don't think of banging when I hear the phrase dirty paws.
Okay, fine. Anywho.
I also think of the song of Monsters and Men, I think is who it's by, called Dirty Paws.
I legitimately can't tell if this is a joke or if
this is not a joke. I am literally
bit?
flaming you right now.
What the fuck?
I am flaming you because Dirty Paws is not a sexual like there's nothing in that makes
The word dirty
My
is
wiener
apparently
go boing boing,
is a horny connotation. All I'm saying. Anywho, unrelated, but it's a good anime. It's a good like animation. I liked it a lot.
Really cute animation. It's by Karina.
I don't remember when I first saw it. You know what? Let's look it up.
She works for like she's a part of the YouTube channel Drawfee now, which is like one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Karina Ferrick, yes.
Yeah, she's with Drawfee now. And
is it not on YouTube?
It
is on YouTube. Yeah, okay. So
I was like, I'm sure it's been reposted on YouTube, but I think it was originally like uploaded to
Vimeo. It's on Vimeo right now.
It's on Vimeo.
Yeah, I'm on Karina Ferrick's website /DirtyPaws. She has the rough cut, the character designs, all the background art for it. Ooh, this is cool. This is cool. I like this.
And so one of the things that Karina talks about is that people always get angry at her because she did not include tails on her werewolf.
I mean,
the werewolf does not have a tail, which I think is objectively wrong. Werewolves have tails. That's a part of it. Okay.
I agree. I think werewolves should have tails, but I don't think you should hate on someone for not including it in their interpretation of a werewolf.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think it should be that bad.
It's like if I had an interpretation of the Minotaur where he has I can't
massive
think of what I'm
balls,
where he has normal feet instead of hooves. You know what? Is that going to get me absolutely destroyed on the internet for being weird? Yeah, possibly. I don't think that's enough of a character design decision to completely destroy what the character represents, though, you know?
Did you just sidestepped my comment?
What? I did just sidestep your comment. You want to go back to it?
No, we're fine. We can skip it.
I don't think I don't think it's abnormal for any interpretation of the Minotaur to have enormous balls. I think that's just the normal Minotaur.
I think that's just what the Minotaur is.
Yeah, precisely.
It's a part of him. It's a part of the myth.
Anywho, let's continue. I think werewolves are cool. They're in a lot of stories. They're very cute. They're conceptually cool. The Dirty Paws animation is so adorable. It's so gay and so fun. It makes my heart.
It's adorable.
It makes my heart do a flutter.
I do like this comment on this website that says, "I saw a movie about a werewolf once."
Whoa!
Me too. I'm really happy
No way.
for you. Did you like it?
I hope so. You know what? Get back to us. If you're the person who commented that and you're watching this or listening to this, let us know somehow. Did you like the werewolf movie?
1 second.
That's more than 1 second. What are we waiting on?
Someone commented something here, and I really want to look into it because it may be. Oh, never mind. It's Teen Wolf. Screw that. No one likes Teen Wolf.
That's fun.
Someone
Did they say the name of a werewolf and try to like?
They said werewolves are best when they are true alphas like Scott McCall, and I thought this was going to be like an Omegaverse character. And I was about to get excited, and I was like, hell yeah, Omegaverse, let's get into it.
No.
But
yeah, the association of alphas and omegas and that whole like beta dynamic. Did you find out that was completely false?
Yeah, I know it's completely false, but in the Omegaverse,
actual wolf characters.
But in the Omegaverse, it's not false.
Yeah.
And so the Omegas have to like take suppressants to suppress their heat cycle so that it doesn't like disrupt the work in normal life.
They have to take antidepressants to make them not horny. They have to take SSRIs.
And so sometimes like they'll have to stop taking it for a particular reason. Like, what if it makes them sick or something? So then they go into their heat cycle, but then their boss, who's an alpha, obviously, is like. And sometimes, like in the Omegaverse, like Omegas will actually be like an oppressed people. Like,
oh my god!
Like
what
they
the
will
fuck
be like
is this series?
They'll be like segregated. It's not a series. It's a genre.
It's a genre.
Okay. It's a genre.
I thought it was a single series.
No, there are multiple series underneath this type of.
Oh my god!
Omegaverse.
But
sometimes like it'll be shameful to be an Omega, so like you have to take the suppressants to like save your life and not just to like.
Trace, what the fuck are you introducing me and our audience to?
The Omegaverse. Have you been listening?
I have been listening. I wish I wasn't. Sorry, I got something in my eye. This is painful. This isn't fun.
Okay, I'll leave the werewolf topic with this beautiful comment that says, "They are scary." And I'm into scary stuff.
Hey! Was that the comment? Oh my god, I love that.
That was the comment. That was the full comment.
They're into scary stuff. You know what? You're going to love the rest of this list, probably. I assume there are other scary things on this list.
Number 4 coming in the Kraken. I was like, will he regret saying that when I say what it is?
No,
you're fine with the Kraken.
I stand with it. I think the Kraken is hot. I do think. Really, is that surprising to you?
It's very surprising to me. The Kraken.
Yeah, it's just big squid.
Big squid that eat you.
Yeah.
Never mind. So,
big squid, cool. I like squid. I like octopi. I think inherently as a creature, they're very fascinating. Like the no. What don't you like about squid and octopi?
Everything.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I went to Branson, Missouri
for
Thanksgiving, and one of the very first things they have in their one of their aquariums there in Branson, Missouri, is a little tank with an octopus in it.
Okay.
And that thing made me want to run away so bad. Like, I don't know what it is about like squid and octopi that just makes me want to like throw up. Like it is really that bad. I have visceral reactions to seeing them.
Really?
It is not cool. I think it's partly because of like trypophobia and whatnot. So like their little suction cups.
Yeah, the suckers really could definitely trigger that. Yeah.
And so like it is really bad. Like I tried to face my fear and like stand next to it and like really watch it. Cause I mean, I think they're cool creatures, except for when you realize that they're super smart and will take over the world one day.
They're absolutely going to be the next like dominant species.
Yeah. But like, I tried to sit there and look at it and be like considerate and be like, this is just an irrational fear. Like you don't have to do this. But like every hair in my body was standing on end. Like it wanted to run so bad.
Fair enough, I guess.
It was not good. So the Kraken, a giant one of those. No, I die on the spot if I see something like this. That's horrible.
Sure, objectively corrected. Yeah, fair enough. You're allowed that opinion to not like the cephalopods. Is that what it's called? Cephalopods? Yeah, I think that's a term for them.
I think cephalopods. Yeah, I think that's correct.
I like them. I just think they're cool. I think they're cool creatures. Neat design. I understand why sailors are so terrified of them. Hence the origins of the Kraken. But like, come on, big old tentacle thing. Like I like that. It's cool.
Seth?
Yes? It's because I said the word tentacle. I'm sorry.
No. Our friend is back. Not friend of the show, Hollyfoot.
The seizure person. The person who can't write sentences. Person. I don't know what to say. Is it just... Tell me the incoherent sentence. I want to hear it.
Word for word.
Word for word.
This is number 3 on top comments for this creature.
What is it?
Where is part splendid Kraken be in film Clash of the Titans? Kraken gigantus mega beast in have many hand. S-lock is in sea. Push up where is big god of sea and nature. Water name Poseidon. Perseus must Google Gorgona. And think Gorgona power. Killing 2 biggest Kraken.
Why does the line Perseus must Google Gorgana just sounds what the fuck? I
don't Perseus must Google Gorgana.
What the fuck? Oh, I really hope we get to hear more of this guy in the future. I hope this person left more comments on
finale. I love him. I love him so much.
This is beautiful. Oh my god.
I'm so happy I got to read those words.
I'm putting that on a fucking throw pillow someday.
Perseus Gorgana.
Oh god, how do you recover from that? How do we bring the podcast back? Oh god.
Well, no, that's how we're gonna leave. I'm going to give you one more comment of the Kraken and we can move on.
Okay.
Kills semen. Bobby.
I mean, yeah.
Bobby is the person who wrote it, by the way. So.
But wrote that comments?
Yeah. Kills semen.
Yeah.
Bobby.
True. Objectively.
Moving on to the next mythological creature on this countdown.
Oh my god. How do you recover from that? I'm so
the Griffin.
The what?
The Griffin.
The Griffin. Okay. I thought you said cricket for some reason. I'm like, that's not a mythological
cricket
creature.
from like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I'd count that as a mythological creature.
Okay. Yeah. The cricket from Pinocchio is a mythological creature. No, I disagree. But yeah, the Griffin definitely deserves its spot on the top 10. Griffins are cool. I mean, it's an amalgam, but most mythological creatures are. I think it's hype, you know?
When I think of the Griffin, I think back to playing The Witcher 3.
I haven't played The Witcher, actually. I need to at some point.
I have only played The Witcher 3, and I think it is honestly one of the best games I've ever played.
From what I've heard, yeah.
It's got a really slow start, and this is why I think of The Witcher 3, is because the very first like big beast you kill is the Griffin.
Aww.
And this isn't spoilers, like this happens in maybe the first I want to say like the first hour of the game, in a game that is like,
oh my god,
10 plus hours.
How the fuck do people play games that are that long?
I don't know, because literally
video games should not be more than 10 hours in my opinion. I think that is the maximum a story should take. I think for like roguelike, sorry, that's a different topic. We'll save that. They'll save that rant for another day.
Like top 10 video games.
Oh my god.
No, like literally the first creature you kill is the Griffin, and I remember this is because I asked for The Witcher for Christmas when it first came out, and I got it.
Good game.
And so I played it up until it got to the Griffin.
Okay.
And I defeated the Griffin, and I was like, you know, this game's kind of boring. And I did not touch it until...
Here's an until.
2019.
Whoa, okay. Time flies.
So... It wasn't until 2019 that I was like, you know, I still have this game, and it is currently... Like, I think it was maybe over the summer or something, and I wasn't doing anything because, like, this is when I was still in college. And I was like, I am going to play through The Witcher, no matter how boring I think it is, just so that this was not a waste of money.
I have a lot of games that are kind of like that, where, like, I need to play them at some point. I just haven't. And I'm like, oh, I hate that feeling.
And so I was validated, though, because I played through and killed the Griffin, and I was like, wow, I was right. This game does kind of suck, though.
And I was like, I'm going to keep playing it.
And I will tell you, literally, after you kill that Griffin, if you just keep playing for maybe another 10 to 20 minutes, it picks up so much more after that.
I was so worried you were about to say 10 to 20 hours. Games. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, it becomes so much better after that. Like, it is a whole lot better. Just like 10 to 20 minutes after you kill that Griffin.
I'm glad it gets better.
It is, and I feel really bad because, like, I have not replayed that game yet because I tried to replay it and I could not get past the Griffin because I was like, this
you
first
lost your
hour
gamer sense
is excruciating.
Oh god.
And so, like, for me, maybe other people really love the Griffin, like the Griffin storyline. For me, I'm like, this shit is boring. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Keep on going. I want to Google Gargana or something. So, like, I'm tired of this.
I want to Google Gargana as well. I can't blame you. That's unfortunate, but I'm glad you were able to get past it once at least.
So I do want to talk about this one comment because it of itself is a list.
Oh no.
So
wait, are we gonna put it on our list to list and rank it in another episode?
No, I feel like I would be missed if I did not include this one. This is this person's favorite mythological creature because one. It's the king of beasts plus the king of birds.
True.
I am so happy that they, separated beasts and birds.
Birds are not beasts.
You are either a beast or you are a bird.
There is nothing
There's
else.
Only two categories.
Are you a bird or a beast?
I like to say I'm a beast. I'm a beast.
I agree. I think knowing what I know about you, you're a beast. Now,
I'm a
knowing what you
beast.
know about me, do you think I'm a bird or a beast?
You're a bird.
Yeah.
You're a bird.
I'm absolutely a bird. All right. Well, glad we were able to establish the dynamic of this podcast relationship. What's number 2 on their list?
It looks cool.
True. Big agree.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are perfectly correct. Number 3, it's just my favorite mythological creature.
Good reason.
The way is spelt Griffin.
How do they spell Griffin?
Griffin.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think that's... No, I disagree. That's the one thing in this list that they said that was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good list up until you got there.
It was a good list until you get to that point. Damn, tragic. Oh well. We are coming up on running out of time, and we have like 3 spots left on the list.
No, we only have 2 spots left.
Oh, 2? Okay, that was 3.
That was 3. We are timing this pretty well.
Oh my god. Okay, for some reason I thought we were behind. All right. Well, what's number 2 then?
Number 2 is the Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, I could. Good reasoning there. Should it be above everything we've heard so far, though?
I do not think so. I argue, obviously, Werewolf needs to go up higher.
I agree. Werewolf should be higher. I think Minotaur should be higher.
Minotaur should be higher.
I think Phoenix. It's a classic, common mythological being. I don't think it should be number 2.
Yeah, number 2, kind of bad.
Where should it go instead, though? Because that's the big question. Does it go... I think it's above Unicorn and Pegasus. I think it's above the horses. I think it's above Centaur, even. Is it cooler than, like, a basilisk?
I don't know. You know what? I think I've been convinced by this comment. This comment says, Immortal Firebirds rock.
True.
They are awesome. This comes from Goku 2.
Oh, thank you, Goku 2. As if
Goku.
Goku 1 wasn't enough. We now have 2 of them.
Goku 2.
And Goku 2 just fucking loves phoenixes. They are the Phoenix
Simp. I think I gotta say, you know what? You're right. Maybe Phoenix does belong on this list. I mean, if we opened it up to actual really cool mythological creatures from more than just
Greek
ones that come from Greek mythology.
let's be real.
I think we would be able to really kick the Phoenix off pretty easily.
Absolutely. Yeah, but based on the list we've seen so far, I think it deserves like 8. I could see
I'd say 8.
Of
8 seems
the ones
good.
we've heard.
I think it's fine. I agree. The Phoenix is one cool bird.
Yeah. Before we go to the last one, though.
That's one of the comments. That was my ending comment.
I thought that was just what you were saying. I didn't think that was a comment. Are there more comments you'd like to go over before we move on?
Nope, that was my ending comment.
That's your ending comment. I was going to say, before we go to the number 1 then, are there any creatures that you believe should be on this list that weren't even like close? Like I'm thinking of the Chelan. I like the Chelan a lot. I think Chelan should be on here. What about you? Anything
very
else?
Very good.
Chelan's cool.
You're talking about the Kirin, right?
I pronounce it Chelan. It's debated. You and I have had this conversation.
We've had this conversation.
We've discussed it before.
I love the Kirin. I think it is really cool. I really like it. I mean, I learned about the Kirin from Beyblade.
Of course. Beyblade and Bakugan. That's where your knowledge comes from. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I learned everything, was watching Beyblade and Bakugan and Pokemon. Those are the 3 things. And that is how I became so smart today.
Makes sense.
Is through those 3 shows.
The only thing.
I do want to give some honorable mentions, though, that are actually on this list, because it is 25.
Oh my god. Okay, well, we'll go through them real quick, because time is a thing.
No. I just want to give some honorable mentions. Mermaid, pretty cool.
Yeah, mermaids are pretty cool. I could see that.
Cerberus deserved to be a lot higher.
Cerberus deserved to be a lot higher. Yeah, Cerberus should have been on top 10 for sure. It's just big old puppy. Big old 3-headed puppy.
This is one that I really wished would have been a lot higher. The Banshee.
Really?
Which I think is because it's ghost-like. Come on, I love ghosts.
Okay,
Banshee.
That checks out.
Come on.
You love ghosts.
So, yeah.
I don't think Banshee should have been on top 10.
And you're wrong. But we are all wrong some days.
Fair enough. I will concede to the master of ranks in this situation.
So, and one of my favorite honorable mentions is Anubis.
Anubis is cool. I do like Anubis.
Specifically because the top comment on this is, why is he here? This is a list of mythological beasts, not Egyptian gods.
What?
And you know what? I will agree with you. I don't think he's a beast. I think he's a god.
I think you could be both. I don't see why he can't be both. He's a beast.
No, he's God.
What is a beast, then?
God of my heart.
Yeah, you're right.
Get it? Because he has to weigh my heart against the feather.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
to see obviously. If I get into the underworld. Like, yeah, so he's the God of my heart.
I still think, though, that he counts as a beast in that case. Because what?
I think you're right.
If centaurs count as beasts? Damn it, I'm turning into that, what was the name of the person who commented this? Saying that centaurs might not count as beasts. I think it...
No, centaurs count because they are beasts. A centaur is not a god. A centaur has never been a god. Anubis, very much god.
Is not a god, but it's also not human. Anubis is... The argument for Anubis being a god is his abilities and cognition. Centaurs...
The fact that he is a deity is the reason he is a god.
You know what? Fair enough. I'll sure. I'll concede at that point. Fine.
All right, number 1 coming in at the top mythological creatures according to this community.
Can I make a guess real quick?
On the top 10s. Okay, yeah. What do you think it is?
Dragon.
It's the dragon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a dragon?
I mean, love dragons. They're so popular. I feel
going back. Go ahead.
My love of dragons has kind of been burnt out just because of how many of them there are in culture today. Like, there's so many dragons. And, like, I love them. I understand why there's so many of them. Because, like, they're dragons. They're cool. They're fucking hype. They're just big old flying lizards who can sometimes breathe fire, sometimes breathe other things, sometimes control life and death itself. I don't know. It depends on the lore and fantasy mythology system you want. But there's so many of them.
I like dragons only because, 1, it's a Pokemon type, and I'm a Pokemon simp.
You are a Pokemon simp.
And also, in Bakugan,
Why?
The main Bakugan character is Drago, who is a dragon. Mm-hmm. Pyrus Drago.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you like dragons.
That's why I like dragons. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason. Most other dragons, I mean, they're all right. They're really cool. I like a lot of what they do. I think I prefer Chinese dragons over most Western dragons.
I do agree. Eastern dragons are pretty cool, yeah.
So, I don't know. I think, does it deserve to be at number 1? No. Werewolf. But it is a pretty cool and iconic creature, and I have to give it that.
Yeah, it deserves its spot on the list because of how iconic it is. I do think it's not as cool as some creatures, but I think, I don't know. I think there's a lot of creatures that if they were as mainstream as the dragon, I wouldn't like them as much as I do. But the inherent nature of them being unique and being uncommon, it's that hipster mentality of like, I liked the Chelan before most other people did, or I liked Hundun, you know, fuck. Well, yeah, again, is Hundun a god, or Hundun is a being? It's a thing. But you know what? Back
we
to
can
dragons.
Talk about this more later.
That will be another list.
For a very
Top 10
time.
Gods of mythology. Sure, why not? We'll do that another day.
Sometime.
But I don't know.
Keep listening for more.
Fair. I like a lot of creatures because they're unique, and you don't hear many people talking about them. And I feel like I am slightly more special for knowing about a thing that other people don't know about. Which
you're very special.
Oh, hush.
You're a very special boy. Okay,
don't do this to me. Don't do this.
So much stuff. Good
oh my
boy.
God, I hate this. I hate this so much already.
I think that's right. But in the words of some random guy on the internet.
No, don't do it. Are you looking
Google
back
Gargana.
Fuck you. All right. Well, is that our episode?
I think that's our episode.
I think
Thank
that's
you
our
so much
episode.
for listening. I don't know.
Thank you all for listening.
Comment any suggestions if you're able to comment about what lists you want us to do. And
yeah.
Follow Seth on his YouTube channel. He makes great videos.
I do. I agree. Follow Trace wherever you can as well. Trace, you want us Google Gorgana. Don't forget. That's our we should make like an actual outro at some point in time, but I feel like we haven't done that. Anyway, thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Google Gorgana.
Google Gorgana.